I'm good. Nice to be out there. How are you?
I'm good. Not quite as sweaty as
How you feeling?
A little tired. First time being out there with the team through a full practice, so yeah, a little winded.
This is the first time you've been able to go up and down?
The second had a chance to go up and down yesterday, but like a full team practice is the first one.
not a doctor, so what exactly was going on?
Well, I guess like more deeply medically, somebody else from the medical staff could respond. But as I said before, like I've had 2 ACLs in the past, and you always have to be cautious, careful with all that stuff, and every smallest thing can, leave some effect on it. So, I feel like maybe I could have been back a little bit sooner, but we were just as cautious as possible since we got a deep roster and guys are ready to play, and I think we're just making sure that this is the only time that I'm missing games this season.
Absolutely. So what kind of, I guess, work and steps did you have to get through in order to get cleared to be back?
Well, this was one of the bigger milestones, actually going through a full team practice, and everything was just slowly, step by step, improving, doing a little bit more, seeing that there's no negative effect off workouts and feeling worse the next day. As long as I feel good the next day after a workout, it just kept adding, and progressing until the team practice.
Is this a deal where if there's nothing negative after this, you might be in line to play at some point soon?
Well, yeah, hopefully. I think it's a decision between the medical staff, me, and the coaches, and probably now I haven't had a chance to talk to them after the practice, and we'll talk and probably gonna come up with some kind of decision on that.
Get that one back too.
Yeah, no, actually at the end it was feeling better. Usually it's like the first one. Once you get that second one going, you feel a little better.
So this was not anything. Nothing actually happened. It's just the build up from.
Yeah, most likely. It's really hard to say. Like all this stuff. There's just sometimes there's a guesses of most likely things that might have happened. So, but as I said, that's a question for the medical staff.
I'm sure you're ready to get back out there. What's it been like watching this team develop through the first dozen games?
It's like when the team's playing great and winning, it's easy to watch. It's fun to watch. Once the team is struggling, and especially some games like it's a struggle from the three-point line, it's like I'm just sitting on the sidelines, or whether it's been if I stayed back and just watching on TV, it's like I could definitely help with the shooting. So those, I think the games that the team is struggling a little bit, those are the ones like you just kind of sitting on the sideline anxious and want to be out there. Like the ones that the team's winning, it's fun to be out there, but at the same time, it's like, the team's winning, we're all happy. Yep, we did that. We got 3 more games to keep the number 1 spot in the group, but yeah, that's a big milestone for us, and definitely excited for the upcoming summer.
You rub it in Luka's face that Sammy hasn't qualified quite yet.
Well, yeah, but he has some response to that because we weren't in Eurobasket, and then the Eurobasket before they were the ones that eliminated us in the quarterfinals. So, you can shoot some shots at that, but you got to be able to take it back after that. So,
That's very fair.
yeah.
Thanks, Dom.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
On a terrible Monday. Cold. I know. I still have hope that it's going to be warm.
How do you feel about the way you've become, a really solid member, getting regular minutes that you can kind of count on in the rotation?
I feel good. I've been, waiting for now, 3 years now. I've been working as hard as I can, so it feels good. I haven't really actually, sat back and thought about, how far I've come since my rookie year, but, because I'm always motivated to continue to work on my game and do more. But, now thinking about it, I've come a long way, so I'm super happy.
I haven't seen the latest stats, but do you ever envision yourself as the league's best three-point shooter?
I don't think I am now, but honestly, I never really looked at it. my goal is every game just go in the game and shoot the ball. I know I can shoot the ball, so no matter what the percentages are, no matter what it is, I trust my teammates. They trust me. So if I'm open, I'm going to shoot it. If my teammate's open, I'm going to pass the ball, and he's going to shoot it, and he's going to make it. So I don't really look at the percentages. A couple of my teammates, they said that I was number one in the league or whatever, but it's I would rather win a game and, when I take an open shot, I'm more happy about that.
This is a really offbeat question, but a bunch of the guys on the team have like young kids, and I'm wondering when you guys have long homestands like back to back, like 10 games, 10 home and 12 games, do you recognize how they kind of have to like pull double duty and balance being dads and players?
Yeah, it's crazy. We had a practice yesterday where they brought their players brought their kids in and their pets, and I'm here just like, all right, it's just a normal day for me. But it was really good. It's good. It's good seeing that there's a life away from basketball. Somebody like me. My whole life has been basketball, and to see a bunch of guys. Great dads. For the most part. But they're all really good dudes, and they all take care of their family, and it's good to see, especially for a young guy coming through and seeing how much family means to them, and it was awesome.
Do you have any funny stories or like examples of, especially this long homestand runs the road back to back, of like how they've balanced kids, or if you've seen guys have to run out and like go grab a kid from school or go help out at home?
Yeah, I mean Dodo is always he's always, I'm pretty sure he drops his kids off to school before he comes to shoot arounds, which is it's awesome. It's really it's cool to see. Just stuff like that. Dodo's talking about seeing his daughter play in the summertime, and just everything. I think even just guys who have dogs. They take it so serious. Makes me want to get a dog. I've always I want to get a dog. So if there's any out there, I'll be ready for them. But yeah, I mean I think it's awesome. It's cool to see my teammates have the connections they do.
Maybe Luka can give you one.
Yeah, Luka's dogs came in here running. It's a wolf. It's a wolf. It's not a dog.
Yesterday during open practice.
Yeah, that's a wolf, not a dog.
Dodo comes in just to get sleep here, so.
He's got a lot going on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Do's done a great job.
Do you notice? I mean, Luka on the road trip had a couple of, by his standards, below par games. Do you see an extra gleam in his eye or incentive when something like that happens, and kind of say, man, he's going to come back firing?
I mean, at the end of the day, Luka's just like anybody else. I can't even go on 2K right now and tell you that I'm going to shoot 100% every single game and play amazing. I only say it as a video game because it's a video game. But in real life, Luka's Luka. He's a human being. And even if he's not going to play at the same rate as every game. But we know that he's going to bounce back. He's been a great leader. If his shots aren't falling, he's a good leader. He's been trying on defense this year. He's been doing everything else. So. I mean, I'd never say that he didn't play well, didn't do this. At the end of the day, he's our leader of the team, and we know that going into every single game for the rest of the season, he has our back just as much as we have his back. We're ready to go into war every game, and I mean, I think no matter what it is, he'll be ready to go. A very competitive guy.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
It took Dirk a dozen years.
But his favorite part of the job.
Well, you guys can cut and paste my answers if you want.
I tend to.
I know. That's how we roll. That means we know each other.
Obviously, Davis was out there getting up and down a little bit. Tell me what you think about him and his rehab going on.
Yeah, he did the court work today. He looked great. We'll see how he feels tomorrow, but I think he's going in the right direction.
No official time frame yet.
We'll see how he feels tomorrow. This was the first court work, right? So we'll see how his body feels. Hopefully he feels great tomorrow, and hopefully soon we can get him in a uniform.
It's a real offbeat question. But with 10 home games in a 12-game stretch, it's like the longest homestand the team has had in quite a while. Do you recognize, like, for players or for yourself too, like having to pull kind of double duty with basketball and also like being a dad and being around a lot more frequently than you typically are in a month?
Yeah, this is where you get your Christmas shopping done or any of the chores because this will be like our last homestand. So you got to take advantage of that. A little bit more homework with the kids. But it's a good thing. It's November, so you get to spend some time with the family because, as you know, the schedule is going to pick up here when we're on the road, especially for Thanksgiving. Luckily, we're home for Christmas this year, so we get to spend Christmas at home. But these two homestands are big for us record-wise, but also it's just good to be around family and friends.
Do you have any funny stories, whether it's you or watching the guys have to kind of pull double duty? Like, I've heard Theo's, been spotted at Chipotle with a baby strapped to his chest, and
that's
Dodo's
good.
taking his kids to birthday parties and whatnot. Like, anything like that?
I haven't seen anything like that. I thought the guys did a great job of bringing, their families or their animals in yesterday.
Luka's wolf.
Yeah, yes. And so everyone had a good time. And that's the way it should be, especially on a Sunday. Guys got what they needed and then got to watch some football. But to be around their kids, to bring their kids to work or their pets was fun.
Is that like a specified, like, bring your kids to get what you need day, or was that just happened that everybody brought everybody in?
Well, we said it after the game that you should bring your kids or your pets to work tomorrow to get what you need. So they actually did that. So they listened.
No pet accidents out on the floor.
We can't say that there wasn't, but quick clean, no one hurt.
Got an offbeat one too. When you assembled this coaching staff that you have, what were you looking for in terms of really bringing together a wide array of experiences and backgrounds and personalities? I think is even fair as well.
Yeah, you look at we're young. This is a young coaching staff, and so you have the appetite of learning is high, understanding the game is high, and so a lot of great personalities. Some that I've known in the past, and I've had the opportunity to work with. So that's where we started, and so to be able to be lucky enough to put this staff together, I would say it's big because I've worked with most of them, and then I think just the appetite of working is huge when you talk about Saint, Sweeney, Sham, DA. DA's been here for, him and Sham have been here, and Peter, so they have leftovers from Rick's staff, but those guys have been great too.
And then specifically with the two hires you made this past summer, Quentin you knew from the Lakers. What about that made him a clear fit for you? And then also for Marco, that actually increased your staff from 8 to 9. What value and what importance does he have in the team?
Yeah, with Marco, he was my rookie in Phoenix, so I got to play with Marco. So I've known Marco for a while, but also just seeing him work with the national team. We had one of our coaches spend time with him this summer, and Marco's a great guy. And understanding, we can talk about how close he is to Luka, but just his understanding of the game of basketball. And then also just he's a sports guy. His daughters play tennis. Like he's as good as they come, and so having that relationship with him and asking him to be a part of this, we got lucky there. And then Q helped me a lot as an assistant with the Lakers, and so understanding his basketball background and how well and how hard he works when he was available, we had a choice to get him, and we got lucky getting him.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
The other night you mentioned about going small there at the end with Dodo playing center.
Did we do that?
I don't know. I just I depend on you for all my information. Did when you got Christian in there, would you consider that a big or a small lineup? And what does he do that makes things a little bit different or easier than maybe another combination?
Yeah, I don't know. Some will say small. Some will say that's just a natural. I mean, see Wood's 6'10", Luka's 6'8", so those aren't small guys. But when you look at the position that they play, I think it's just basketball. I mean, there's no positions. You're trying to put guys in a position to be successful with matchups. I thought Seawood did a really good job before fouling out for us on both ends. But his ability to score, his ability to rebound, things that we've missed in the past is something that I think he brings to the table.
So you were talking about coaches earlier. Someone asked about this DK. I know you knew him as a player when you were playing and now as a coach. Kind of what's your relationship like with him and what he values and brings to the team? Yeah,
DK is our mental coach. Our relationship started when I was a player here. He helped us win a championship. His importance of understanding how to help someone look at things a little bit differently instead of the I or self, first look at the other side. So he's important. He's been here for 100 years, so it's been great to be able to have someone like that here to help us on both ends, but not just players, but also for coaches. Thank you. Great. Thanks.
100 years is long.